guys, it's Jessica here to do BCS's art tag, the Dolly Dress Up Tag, and this is from last month, really behind, but I was gonna dress this guy, so I figured why don't I do this tag. This is Dolly nudity warning, by the way. This is my this is one of my Doll Zone boy bodies. This is the one that doesn't have the mobility joint here, and the body has been kind of sitting around, and the head doesn't, this head doesn't match resin wise, but I figured I'd just go ahead and put this doll together just so that not just a bunch of parts. This is I forget the sculpt. It's the human version of Memento. I forget those two dolls that were the flower dolls. It just completely went out of my brain. But this was the male, and this is the human version of that. But anyways, the tag, first question is, what is your favorite doll to dress? And I don't know if I would say I have a favorite doll to dress. I have a lot of dolls. I have a lot of dolls, and I am still in the process of, I mean, I think everybody has something to wear. Everybody has something to wear, but probably the main thing I'm trying to accomplish at this point is just to make sure that everybody has their main outfit. So really, extras or multiple outfits is not something that I have really the luxury of yet. I guess the dolls that have the most outfits are Hurla and Gehern in their in both forms. SD and MSD probably have the most clothes and options of clothes as any of my dolls, but yeah, I don't really have like loads of extra clothes for each doll. But I have so many dolls, so I'm not complaining there. But yeah, that's, I buy clothes, but I make my own too. And yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody has their main outfit, and I haven't, yeah, still working on that. And question number 2 is, what is your favorite doll to photograph? That's funny. It depends on what's going on and what doll I'm most inspired by and doing things with. I think the doll that's maybe getting into a lot of photos is little Toby here, though. He's my Clover Doll's little dragon, and he's just very photogenic and adorable and small, and he fits in a lot of places. He's easy to photograph because he's so small. But yeah, he's he finds his way into a lot of places. Do you have a favorite outfit? Yeah, I think my most favorite outfit right now is the one that Herne is wearing, the new long sole outfit. Let's see if I can aim this over there. Kind of. And then my favorite outfit right now is the one that I made for Alyssa. I'm actually really, really proud of that outfit. Here, let me move things around here. Okay. Yeah, I've got him in, these are actually a pair of Doll Zone corduroy pants that were meant for the old body, but they fit the new one pretty good too. And this was the first version of that sweatshirt that I made that's got several mistakes on it, but it's still, I mean, it's wearable, I guess. Do you have a favorite clothing item? Do you have a favorite clothing item? I don't know. I love hats and headbands. So hats for the boys and headbands for the girls. So like the flower headbands for the girls. I guess that's one of my favorite clothing items. Or my favorite accessory to add to them. If that, I don't think I really answered the question as far as like a favorite specific clothing item. You know, probably what I would answer for that would be these Code Noir jeans. So these Code Noir jeans are freaking amazing. They are probably one of my most favorite items of clothing. I'd really like to get another pair. They're just so freaking well made, and they look real. They're just so authentic looking. I love the faded. Like just the little details. I freaking love these jeans so much. And they make the rounds of my different dolls. Right now Ed has them. He's won the battle for them for now, but they fit my 60 centimeter range dolls. And yeah, he's got them right now. They're pretty awesome. How long does it take to dress your dolls? Well, it would take me probably all week and a lot of hours to change the clothes on every single one of my dolls. And frankly, it's not something that I've done anytime recently, that's for sure. As far as changing everybody's clothes, I haven't done that for a very long time, just because there's just too many of them. But like just an individual doll, I think it depends on how complicated the outfit is, or if I know what they're gonna wear. But yeah, I think it's probably been a year, if not more. There was a tag that Sarah made, and it was take all of your doll's clothes and put them in a box or bag or whatever, and then pull out pieces to dress a doll, and you could pull out like 5 pieces or whatever. And even then, I just, like, the logistics of that, of taking all the clothes off of all of my dolls, I never did the tag, and I felt bad about it, and I kept trying to think of some way that I could do it where it wouldn't like take me all week to undress and then try to go back and redress everybody, because like I said, it's not like I have, I guess I do, I mean, I have like 5 boxes over there with doll clothes, but yeah, the vast majority of the clothes that I own are on dolls. They're on them. So I felt bad. Sorry, Sarah, that I never did that tag. But that was why. It was a little bit daunting to think about trying to take off all the clothes off of my dolls. What is your most frustrating doll to dress? Well, I think I would say that the easiest dolls to dress are the Fairyland dolls. So any of the the minifees and the feeples, removable hands, easily removable heads with the lock and key system. Those guys are so easy to dress. The vast majority of my dolls are not those types of dolls, though. But I certainly do when I am changing things around on one of those dolls. It's like, wow, this sure is nice. Magnetic hands, I don't know. They are really convenient to be able to change things around pretty easily, but I'm always worried they're going to fall off and get lost. So I don't know. It's a trade-off, I guess. I think these boots look pretty good with these cords. I actually like that. So, number 7, relaxing or stressful? Like dressing up dolls, is it relaxing or stressful? I find it relaxing, and that's one of the things I do the most with my dolls recently. I've just been too busy with other life stuff that I don't have a lot of time for doing dolly projects or working on sewing, doing anything. And so typically I'll just come and toot around with them and change their clothes around, change wigs and eyes around, just play, just play with the dolls. There we go. So, needs a wig. I'm all out of boy size wigs in this size right now. He's actually not too bad bald. I do like this face sculpt. So yeah, I think it's relaxing. I love making clothes for my dolls, but it's really cool to be able to buy some new clothes, new shoes or whatever, and just play around and dress people up, dress dollies up. What do you prefer, boy dolls or girl dolls? So that's not so easy to answer. I love my girl dolls. They're very, I don't know, I think I in a lot of ways feel more connected to their characters because, I guess probably because they're female. But I really, really, really enjoy my male dolls, and I enjoy sewing male clothes. I like dressing them up even more, I guess is kind of how I really enjoy sewing men's clothes. I like the different layers. Yeah, so I really, really like my guys quite a lot. And I always kind of thought that I would have way more female dolls than male. And it is true that I have more females than males, but the males are actually, and all the dolls that are on my wish list at this point, they're always male dolls. I've noticed that about myself, is that the dolls that I'm always going and looking at and liking and wanting, the vast majority of them are boy dolls. So yeah, but it's probably, I don't know, I've done a few counts through, it's probably 35%, 40% male, and the rest is female in my crew right now. But yeah, I I like the boys. I do like them quite a bit. So almost 50-50 maybe as far as how much I like them. Show us your Dolly area. Okay, I'll go ahead and change the camera around and show you guys. Here's my main desk, and I have moved things around. The Delphs and Feeples, they are living up here right now, and I have a few dolls hanging out over here. Got some of the mini fees and my Sleetwell Vanessa Lily Cat hybrid hanging out over here, and I moved the Delphs to make this area tidier, put MSD dolls up there, up on, oops, get my finger out of the way, to kind of, so that their legs weren't dangling down and blocking the view of the bigger SDs down below here. So, so that's been kind of moved around. I've got my more MSD dolls over here. And yeah, I've got, so this area over here, which is looking a bit of a disaster, this is all going to get moved out and relocated because this is where the big dollhouse is eventually going to go. And I was going to pull all this stuff out this last weekend, but I was just too sick. So it's gonna have to wait. The weather's gonna have to cool down too, because I'll have to move the air conditioner out of here to be able to work in the area, and it's just been too hot for that. So big disaster, everything gets thrown over there, and I haven't had a chance to work on it. Let's see, what's the next question? Number 10, is there a specific style you have when dressing your dolls? Yeah, I do like modern clothes to some degree. I mean, I like them a lot, but I don't tend to dress my dolls in those styles. I prefer things that look a little more historic. Most of my dolls come from different periods in time, or a mix of those, so they can be a bit of a hodgepodge of things. But probably the most modern things I have, where I got those band t-shirts, and that's for part of my story that's taking place in the late 70s, early 80s, so they're modern styles with jeans and things like that going on in that story. But otherwise, I like a lot of historical type clothes. What I would say, maybe 1800s on. So there's lots of snoring going on. I don't really have a lot of strictly medieval type outfits. They're more 1700s, 1800s, late Edwardian, those types of things. Turn of the century, I do have some turn of the century up into the 20s. I have some dolls that kind of come from that era. I have dolls that come from Woden's kingdom, Unseelie kingdom. They are all wearing Asian-inspired Oriental fashions, so kimonos and robes and those sorts of styles. So I like being able to explore different things. So yeah, I do love a lot of the modern fashions. but I don't know, I don't really have a place to really like express that in my dolls. And I always have some dolls that I say these dolls are going to be just to dress up, and it never, they always that never works. That never works. They become part of somebody's story somewhere. So it's just the way it works out. Do you have a preference as to what type of dolls you like to play with? BJD, Barbie, Monster High. So I very much prefer my ball jointed dolls. I never was much of a doll person. Even growing up, I liked action figures. I had She-Ra dolls, which I think they had hair that you could comb and stuff, so I guess they had that, but they were more action figure-y. I wasn't much of a Barbie person. My mom and my sister were really into the Barbies, and they collected vintage Barbies together. It just didn't interest me. So ball jointed dolls were very much a newer thing that came apart in my adult life. I collect some Blythes. I do have some Blythes. I probably won't have any intentions of buying any more Blythes. I shouldn't say that. That could always happen. There's been a few stock Blythes that have been very tempting, but ultimately for the expense, I'd rather put that money towards ball jointed dolls, and that's usually the way I end up looking at it is, well, I could do that, or I could do stuff with the ball jointed dolls, and they always win. So BJDs, yep. I've never had like Monster High or Bratz or Ever After High. Is that what the other, is that EAH? So I really enjoy a lot of the customs that people make, and there's a few people whose customs I really enjoy the aesthetic of, and that would be maybe interesting to me, but I don't really have a strong drive to want to get those dolls and work on them or anything at this point. So yeah, like I said, I'm just plenty busy, heaps and heaps of projects to work on for my ball jointed dolls. So where do you get your clothes? So probably the vast majority of the things that my dolls wear clothes wise are things that I've made. The vast majority. I am not against buying clothes for my dolls. One of the things that got me into sewing though for them was I have lots of dolls that are kind of odd different shapes, and if I wanted clothes for them, I needed to make them myself. If I wanted anything that fit, and for the styles most often that I want, I have to make those things myself too, a lot of them. So but companies that I buy from, probably my number one most favorite is Our Rabbit. Shoes are, that is definitely my number one top spot to get shoes, that all different types of sizes, but the kind of styles that I want for my crew. Our Rabbit is yeah, they have, and they're very well priced. I mean, some of their shoes can be a little more expensive, but it's all pretty affordable stuff, as far as ball jointed doll type prices go. Our Rabbit, I highly recommend Our Rabbit. Just really good quality, really like them. I love 99 Style. 99 Style, they of course a lot more modern type clothes, and I love their jeans. I have one pair of jeans that I'd love to get some more in different sizes. I like Code Noir. I have a pair of shorts and I have a pair of jeans from Code Noir, and beautiful. My favorite denim is Code Noir. Um, I have not gotten anything from TTYA. I don't think I have anything from them. But I look at their stuff a lot, and I want to. It's just one of those things. It's their styles are they're kind of expensive, and then a lot of my dolls wouldn't be able to utilize the things. But I look at TTYA a lot. I'm always looking at the website and wanting to buy things. Yeah, but to justify the expense for stuff that's not really in character for my dolls, so it's kind of sad. What I say? I've discovered long sole clothes, and if they're definitely pricey, but and you're gonna have a long wait, but really amazing. Doll heart. I've got bits and bobs of different doll heart clothes. Whenever they have the Fukobukuro bags, and every year I say I'm gonna get one, and I never do, but I'll get some of the things that people put up for sale afterwards. So I've got some bits and bobs from them that I really enjoy. My one regret is that I didn't buy even more Rauken corsets. I have quite a few. I have a pretty good collection that I really love, and I just wish that she was still making corsets, and I wish I would have bought more. So Rauken corsets are gorgeous. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, that's all I can think about for companies right now. And then, of course, like I said, all the things that I sew. Oh no, I lost the screen. Come back. Sorry for bumping the table. Okay. Number 13. Have you customized dolls? If not, would you in the future? Yeah, and I have customized dolls, and I mean that by with Life dolls. I carved their faces and did face-ups on them. I've done face-ups on my ball-jointed dolls. I've made clothes. I've made horns. So I've made a lot of things for my dolls. I've never drilled on the resin or anything like that. I haven't done that. Number 14, have you dyed, altered, or made clothes for your dolls? Yeah, and I've talked about that, how I've sewn many of my dolls' clothes. The vast majority of their wardrobe is things that I've sewn. I have altered clothes to some extent that I bought and that didn't fit properly, so I've altered them. I have not dyed. I have not dyed fabric or clothes. I've not done that. Well, okay, I take that back. I did do a tea and coffee stain of it was a clothes set. Just went out of my brain. It was a clothes set that I got that was kind of floral pattern on a white background, and I didn't like that stark white background. I wanted it to be more creamy or vintage looking, or antique, so I did a series of coffee and tea staining, which I like, and I think it needs more. I think it needs stronger, so maybe I do need to actually use a dye, like a fabric dye, and not natural dyes. So I take that back. I guess I did do that. How do you organize your doll clothes? Okay, I will show you guys that. I'm going to change the camera around again. Okay, these were all stacked up here, and I kind of moved them out so that we could get hidden here a little bit. These are, all of these have doll clothes in them. And I have 2 boxes with SD clothes, and 2 boxes with MSD clothes. This is MSD. And this is like Blythe and 1/6 scale, USD. I only have one box for that stuff. And then all of the, yeah, 2 MSDs and 2 SD boxes. So, I wish I could fit a dresser in here, and I might be able to once I get the Dolly bookcase, to be able to put in a dresser, because the boxes are, it's kind of a pain to have, you still have to unstack them. It'd be nice just to be able to open up a drawer. But yeah, that's my Dolly clothes. And this bed is eventually going to get moved into the Dolly bookcase. It's kind of living different places right now. Let's see, which one is which. I'm gonna get it mixed up. So these are my certificates of authenticity. Most of them are in this box. Oh yeah, okay. So here's shoes. There's a lot of, I really don't have a lot of extra shoes. I really don't. Most shoes are being worn, but I do have some more shoes kind of stashed over here along with some extra heads. So those are my kind of major storage areas, and how I arrange my Dolly clothes and shoes and that sort of stuff. So like I said, the vast majority of it is being worn by the Dollys. Okay, I think that's the last question. It is, yeah. So thank you, Brandon, for the tag, and I tag anybody who wants to do it and that hasn't done it yet. And this kid over here climbing on her like a that's just classic right there. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.